For this demonstration, we're going to be going through the new CL360 Mobile App. As you can see here on my screen, I've already downloaded it. If you haven't accessed or downloaded the app yet, you could simply go into your App Store and search for CL360. You should see our logo, and then you can go ahead and click here, and it'll open up information about the app itself. Once you download it, you'll have access to this open option, and it'll bring you directly to the first screen here. This is going to be the experience for your typical first-time end user getting into the application. So I've got here some simple instructions. So let's get started. First and foremost, each user is going to have access to the privilege plans that are associated with their profile in CL. Next, I also have the full site access. So if I need to enter any data, interact with systems, tasks, I can do that directly in the application. And then finally, the app itself is highly secure. So let's jump in. Here, what we're asking for is the domain of your site. So if your site is 12345.continuitylogic.com, in this area, you would only type 12345. For this example, I'm going to log into CL360. And then I'm going to click Proceed. What the system's going to do in this application is it's going to tie this login with this site. So if you have a UAT site, make sure that that domain is correct here. At any time, you can go back to this reset site name and change that domain. So let's go log in. If you're single sign-on enabled, this is going to be your login screen. In this example, I'm using a non-SSO. So I'll go ahead and type in my credentials. Then I'll go ahead and drop in my password. From here, the app's going to go look for the correct site with the login and the credentials. And then it's going to grant the access to the user specifically for their profile that's already configured inside of the system. So let's get acclimated. Up here at the top left, I have my collapse menu. Right now in this first version of the app, we're keeping this very simple, but over time we're going to be adding more features and functionalities. At the bottom here, I can also log out as I need to. And then in the top right, I've got access to just some information specifically about the app. So as we release new versions, you'll see here that there's going to be more updates. At any time, the user can go ahead and click on Privacy Policy, Security, About Us, and this will bring them some additional information about CL, the application, and our company. So let's head back to the home page. You'll notice here I have a blue button option. What this does is this launches in the same application directly to full site mode. This is a great area if you need to enter data, interact with it, manipulate it, or just kind of move things around and click, make different selections. Here in the center, I have a list of all the tasks that have been assigned to me in the system. In this first version of the mobile app, we're simply presenting these. In a future version, these are going to be more accessible to actually click them and navigate directly to your tasks. Down at the bottom of the page, you'll notice that I have 4 unique buttons. The home button will bring you back to this screen. The downloads area will bring you to any plan that you've already downloaded, and I'm going to show you in real time how this works. The business area allows me to have access to the different folders that I already have access to inside of the system. Which you can see here, I've got quite a few. And then I can actually click through and go deeper into them by simply using my finger, and it's going to go through the organization structure. So I can go into corporate, I can go into the different areas that I may have of the business. And then it's going to bring me directly to an area that I have access to. You'll see here, this is access for, let's say, Human Resources Manager. And what we've done is we've given kind of a snapshot of the data that's usually coming from that first tab. Important information about the business unit or department, where it's located, hours of operation, and then also some of the audit trail. In a future release, we're going to add many more options for available fields that you want to populate directly here. But let's say we have a plan, but at lower levels, we have more information that we're collecting data on. Maybe we have an individual call list that's already broken apart, presented to the user. But here at this human resources level, what I want to see are all the plans that are available to me. So what the system does is it's going to go look and find those available reports or plans and present them to the user. So in this example, if I want to go to my BC plan playbook, I can go ahead and click that. You'll see here that I have multiple different versions of it that were published by different people. In a future release, we're going to minimize this just so it's very clean. But here, I'm going to go ahead and actually launch and open up and show you what it looks like. So for here, this user is going to download the report inside the app, and I'll click download. And you can see here that it was a success, and I now have access to it in the Downloads tab. So I'll go ahead and click View Downloads. What the system's doing is it's generating that PDF, and I can go ahead and click that. Once I click this, this is going to give me the full access to that entire plan. I can pinch and zoom as I need to, and this is going to be your output coming directly from the system. What I also have the ability to do is turn my phone or device sideways and scroll through it with a simple finger or thumb. What I can also do in the bottom left is actually send this directly to additional users that might need to be part of this team. So if this is going to a crisis group and I have a SMS text message chat, or this is going to go via Teams or Slack, whatever that might be, you actually can click here, open it up, and send it as a PDF in whatever platform you'd like to use for that. I also have the ability to, in the top right, I can search. So if I want to search for the word Chad, you'll notice here that the word Chad populates 7 times throughout the entire plan. So this generates that plan, and it's also going to live directly here within the app. The final area is this search area. So at any time, the user, if they decided they didn't want to search through the business with simple clicking, they can search through here, and it's going to give them access to different areas. So if I want to search for the word finance, sorry, I guess I don't have access to finance. So here, I've got finance directly in my organization structure. And I can go ahead and tap on finance, and it's going to populate with the finance tab. And again, I'll have the report information specific about that. So let's go to the more dynamic option. We'll head back home. Here, if we, the user, wanted to do something else outside of looking at our plans, we can click this View Site, Full Site. So under View Full Site, once clicked on, this is going to open up inside of the mobile app full access to CL360 and all of your data. So I can interact with it with a simple click of my finger. I can move down pages as I need to. And then the system's also going to utilize whatever operating system you're using. So for here, if I click with my finger here, it's going to use the iOS options for dropdowns. I can go ahead and click. I can make updates as I need to. And then it'll also use the keyboard that's native to the device if I need to type anything. So if I need to launch myself down into the organization structure a little bit, and let's say we're doing some additional data collection. Here, I've got access to, let's say, my human resources plan. Or I want to make some updates directly on the process form. What you'll notice is the screens are going to reorient themselves as well. But I can also turn my phone sideways, and it'll grant me access to more information that's readily available directly here on the form. So I can populate with all that data. So this is the full site mode, and you'll see here at the bottom I still have access to the individual buttons and information. And again, at any time I can go back home and navigate between the full site mode and all your PDF plan access. So again, this is the CL360 mobile app. In your app store, search for CL360. When you log in, make sure you use your correct domain. If you're single sign-on, that will navigate to your page, or you can use the manual sign-in. And then once you're signed in, you've got access to all of your PDF plans and full dynamic access to the entire system. So thank you for watching. This was a demonstration of the CL360 mobile app.